Every time I start, by the time I'm ready, that has already begun, and I can't bring myself to interrupt it. I just can't do it. It's such a beautiful little tune. Ugh. Pardon me. It's been a long day. It's about to get fucking longer, isn't it? I literally don't know what else I can fucking do. I don't, because I don't know why it's happening. I can't troubleshoot if I don't know what the fuck is going on. I can't troubleshoot nothing. I can't do it. I don't know what to do about it. Oh, that's what I fucking needed today. Thank you. Thank you, computer. Thank you, internet. Whatever the fuck is causing it, thank you and thank you. Just, I hate going in with this fucking attitude. I'm already mad. I'm already mad. And I don't want to be mad. I don't want to play the best. I don't want to do the best thing ever in the worst mood ever. Zen. Play Dashing at more. Listen, I don't want to play any of these games while I'm angry. I want to be happy. I want to be, well, I guess happy isn't the right word. These aren't exactly the happiest times. Zero in particular. Also, hi. Welcome to me having an existential crisis over my stream disconnecting constantly. It looks good now. I think I'm just gonna go in. Okay. Boom jams. Okay. The dizziness stopped. The room was pitch black. There was no one there but me. Even Suzuha, who should have been living here, was gone. Daru, Mayuri, Ferris, Luca, and Kagari too. Everyone was gone. I was so tired and sleepy. I clutched my smartphone and laid down on the sofa. I closed my eyes, too tired to think. That's how I feel. I'm not even 5 minutes in, I'm already exhausted. Okay, I'm better now. I feel better now. I'm good. I'm good. Everything's fine. Someone was shaking me softly. Kagari. The second I heard her name, my mind snapped back into alertness. I forced myself to sit back up. I was sitting on the sofa in the lab. Outside the window, it was bright. And it's even brighter inside the window.
てるおかりん。
Oh.
Mayuri nodded, satisfied, and left my side. I took a look around the room. The table was covered in notebooks and textbooks that seemed to belong to Mayuri. She was probably doing her homework. I could see Daru's huge back hunched over the PC. The monitor was displaying a cute anime character. He seemed to be playing another H game. From the look of things, the only people in the lab were him, me, and Mayuri.
Oh.
The time on my phone said it was just before noon. I forgot I changed the background. I love it. Which meant I'd been asleep for more than 10 hours. Oh no, I must have passed out before I checked to see if the world line had changed. I listened for a moment, and I could hear the usual bustling of Akihabara outside. There was no sign of Stratphone. That alone made me feel relieved.
おかりん、なんだかうなされてるみたいだったよ。大丈夫？麦茶飲む？寝起きでドクペはやめた方がいいよね。
There is never a bad time for a Dr. P, Mayuri. I'm sorry.
そうだな。
I will have to disagree with you.
麦茶がいい。
わかった。
Mayuri went to the kitchen.
コップ全部使っちゃってる。今洗うからちょっと待っててね。
大丈夫。
Sweetheart.
急がなくていい。
あ、まゆしまゆし、僕もお茶ちょうだい。
はーい。
This all felt like an old memory. It seemed like ages ago when I'd last had a normal conversation like this. That this was no time to be sentimental. While Mayuri was washing the cup, I needed to get some things straight in my head.
変動したんだよな。
In the end, I'd hesitated at the last second. If Kagari, or perhaps Kurisu, hadn't stopped me, maybe the world line wouldn't have changed and Stratful would have caught us. The change it did. I could still feel the lingering sensations from my reading Steiner, so I was sure of it. From the look of things, Mayuri and Daru were the same as ever, and the immediate danger was gone. The reason for the change was probably the deletion of Kurisu's memories from within Kagari. Those memories must have included something that dealt with the time machine, which meant that their existence was important enough to control whether or not the world line changed. I deleted them.
いや、逆の可能性もあるな。
Maybe even if Maho's program hadn't worked right and the memory rewrite failed, the world line would have changed anyway? Unlike last summer, it wasn't clear what was making the world line change now. I mean, that's genuinely horrifying. Just like not knowing where it's coming from. The first thing I needed to do was see if Kagari's memories had been successfully rewritten.
お待たせ。
At the same time as I decided on my plan, Mayuri brought me a cup on a tray.
今麦茶出すからね。
She put the tray on the table and headed for the fridge. I looked and saw that there were 4 cups on the tray. 4?
前より、どうしてコップが4つあるんだ？
I mean, she did say Kagari was coming, right? I didn't make that up, right? She did say that when he woke up, right? Kagari said, yeah, she did say that.
だってかがりさんも飲みたいだろうから。
Oh, he was sleepy, so. That's right, Kagari.
かがりが来てるのか？
さっき LINE で連絡が来たよ。もうすぐ作って。
そうか。
It's
何の
so
用で
funny.
来るんだ。
Just literally just hearing her talk is enough to make me smile.
オカリンが呼んだんじゃん。
She's the
昨日
bestest.
LINE で連絡よこしたっしょ。今日の正午にここに集合って。第3回かがりたんの記憶を取り戻す方法を考える会。メンバーはオカリンと僕とかがりたん。まあ今のところ成果ゼロだけども。
俺が呼んだ。
マユシンも参加できたらよかったんだけど、今日はバイトがあるので。
You could hear Mayuri apologizing from the kitchen.
かがりさんの記憶早く戻るといいね。最近のこと以外何も覚えてないなんて寂しいもんね。
She didn't remember anything except the recent past? What's going on? Kagari should still have had her memories from when she was a kid. Maybe trying to rewrite her memories had actually deleted them?
はい、おかり、お茶どうぞ。
Mayuri handed me a cup filled with barley tea.
ああ、ありがとう。
I took the cup, trying my best to hide my internal shock.
タルくんのはここに置いておくね。
どうも。
I gulped down the tea, stood up from the sofa, and went over to Daru.
ダル。
何？
I lowered my voice so that Mayuri couldn't hear.
かがりの記憶の上書きは成功したのか、それとも失敗したのか。
Daru looked at me for a moment, confused.
何の話？
え？
That wasn't the answer I expected.
かがりの脳内に残っているクリスの記憶を消すのは成功したのかと聞いたんだ。
何その SF 設定怖い。オカリンついに中二病患者に復帰したん？
I froze for a moment. Daru didn't look like he was lying. He had no reason to lie anyway. Did that mean that in this world line, Kurisu's memories had never been implanted in Kagari?
ちょっと来い。
ねえ、僕エロゲしてるんだけど。
いいから。
I dragged Daru outside the room, leaving a very confused Mayuri behind.
寒。オカリン、僕を殺す気か。
いいから。ちょっとだけ付き合ってくれ。確認したいことがあるんだ。
He must have sensed that I was serious, because after a moment's surprise, he nodded silently.
今のかがりは記憶がないのか。
そうだよ。つか何度も言ってるっしょそれ。
タイムマシンで過去に来る前の未来の記憶も含めて。
ないってば。覚えてるのはここ最近のことだけ。未来のことを覚えてたら、せめてマユシにはかがりたんの正体を教えてるし。
それはつまりマユリはかがりが自分の娘だということを知らないんだな。
うん。それは秘密にしとくってオカリンが決めたんで。
ということはかがりが未来から来たことを知っているのは
僕とオカリンと鈴葉。
それだけ。
それだけ。オカリンが他の誰かに話してなければ。
そうか。すまなかった。寝ぼけてたみたいだ。夢の内容が現実とごっちゃになったらしい。
気にすんなって。僕なんか24時間夢の中で生きてますから。キリッ。それにさ、僕としてはそういうテンション高いオカリンが久々だったから、なんか懐かしく感じたお。
Instead of answering, I took a second to think. It seemed like there were three main differences with Kagari in this world line. 1, she didn't have Kurisu's memories. 2, she didn't have her own memories of her childhood. 3, only me, Daru, and Suzuha knew who Kagari really was. In other words, Mayuri didn't know that Kagari was her daughter.
戻ったのか
This Kagari seemed closer to the one I'd met before the world line shifted to the Alpha world line. Everything seemed mostly the same as before, including the fact that we were trying to get back her memories. Did this mean that a second world line change had sent me back to the old one? If I had the divergence meter, I could tell, but... I was starting to think like I used to. I chuckled at myself. I should stop. No! You needn't. Damn it, Okabe. I decided to have nothing to do with the time machine or the time leap machine. All I could do was help Kagari get her memories back.
オカリン、なんかさっきから変じゃね？
いや大丈夫だ気にするな
ならいいけど。つっか、いい加減寒いから戻っていい？
ああ、俺も凍えてきた。
Daru and I raced back inside the room. When I got back, I could just barely make out Mayuri's voice.
探し物一つ
Oh man, it's Pavlovian. It is Pavlovian.
星の笑う声
I'm okay.
風にまたたいて手を伸ばせばつかめるよ
I actually need a moment. Okay. Okay. Mayuri hadn't noticed us come back in. She was putting her textbooks into her bag, and it sounded like she was also singing a song.
それ誰の歌だ
It was only then that she realized I was there.
おかえり寒いのにお外で何話してたの
ちょっと今期のアニメについての意見交換をしてたのだぜ。
すごいね
なあ今の歌って
あ、もしかして口ずさんじゃってた探し物一つ星の笑う声風にまたたいて手を伸ばせばつかめるよ
I love it so much. I love it so much. Okay. I heard something fall near the front entrance. At some point, Kagari had opened the front door. She was standing there with a shocked expression, her mouth opening and closing. Her bag was lying at her feet. She must have dropped it in surprise when she came in. But did anything that surprising happen?
あ、かがりさんてってるーそうその歌私知ってる
そうなのか
その歌は
Kagari was trying to point at Mayuri, but shaking too much to do it.
その歌
She fell to the floor like a puppet with its strings cut.
かがりさん
かがり
She has a habit of just collapsing, which... not her fault, but... Oh... You're gonna fucking so... Ah! Stop!
探し物一つ
It's too early for this. I feel like I've been saying that every time. Stop. Oh.
星の笑う声
Oh, she sounds so tired.
風に瞬いて
I hate this. I mean, I love it, but I hate. Oh, she sounds so tired. Oh no, it makes me sad.
手を伸ばせばつかめるよママ
Oh.
なーにかがりちゃんそれ何の歌えへへこれはねとっても大事な歌なのどんな歌なの泣いている人を笑わせたいっていう歌かな泣いてる人を笑わせるのが大事なのそれも大事だけどそうじゃなくてねこの歌はママとかがりちゃんをつなげてくれた歌なのこの歌があったから出会えたんだよその歌がなかったらママはかがりのママになってくれなかったかもしれないのそんなの嫌ああごめんそういう意味で言ったんじゃないの何があってもママはかがりちゃんのママだよでもそうだなかがりちゃんにはこの歌覚えておいてほしいないつかかがりちゃんが大事な人と出会った時のためにその人が泣いている時笑わせられるようにほら一緒に歌おう探し物ひとつ星の笑う声探し物ひとつ星の笑う声上手次はねママどこに行ったのねえママいや行かないで
This is not fair. You. I'm in like emotional turmoil right now. Like I don't know what I'm feeling. I don't even know if I could put into words what I'm feeling right now. I'm out of breath, that's for sure. I wet a towel at the sink and put it on Kaguri's forehead as she lay on the sofa. She looked like she was having a nightmare. Her breathing was shallow and pained. She still wasn't awake.
大丈夫かな
どうだろうな
She just collapsed out of nowhere after all. It had been about 5 minutes ago when she'd arrived, and then immediately collapsed. Daru and Mayuri and I had somehow managed to get her over to the sofa.
つうかさ、濡れたタオルを額に置くのって高熱で倒れた人の場合の処置じゃね？かがりったん熱はないっぽいじゃん。これ気絶した人にも効果あるん？
仕方ないだろう他に
How fucking.
何をしていいのかわからないんだから。
Neither Daru nor I had the knowledge required to handle the situation. But since Kagari had no insurance card and no residency certificate, taking her to a hospital felt like a bad idea. All we could do was wait for her to wake up. I mean, Suzuha probably knows like first aid, right? Call her.
Mama.
I heard her whisper something.
今ママって聞こえた。
We both put our ears closer to her mouth.
いや、行かないで。
She suddenly jerked upward. The two of us just barely managed to avoid getting a headbutt.
あ、危なかった。あ、いや違う。係たんとのラッキースケベチャンスを逃したんだお。
Can we throw this guy out the window, please? Can we just like...
バカ！バカだ、バカ！
I ignored Daru, who was bashing his head against the floor in frustration, and spoke to Kagari.
大丈夫か？
Okabeさん。
Kagari seemed confused, and it took her a moment to realize that she was lying on the sofa.
私、寝てたんですか？どうして？
覚えてないのか？
ラボに来た途端、マユシを見て気絶したんだよ。
まゆりさんは？
We realized that her tone had changed since the world line switch shift, whatever. More precisely, it had switched. It was back to how it was when I first met her.
君はマユリが口ずさんでいた歌を知っているようだった。
歌？あ、そうです。あの歌、私あの歌知ってるんです。どこかで聞いたことがあって、ずっと昔、子供の頃に。
おお、来たこれ！これマジで記憶回復フラグなんじゃね？
まゆりさんはどこに？あの歌のこと教えてもらわなきゃ。
Eyes darted around the lab.
マユリはメイクインのバイトがあって君と入れ違いに出て行ったよ。
係たんのことすごく心配してた。
本当にごめんね。今日はランチタイムだけバイトを頼まれてて、どうしても行かなくちゃダメなの。おかり、ダルくん、かがりさんのことお願いね。そうですか。
他に何か思い出したことはないか？どんなことでもいいんだ。
他に。
Put her hand up to her forehead so she could think.
う
Then she shook it softly.
ダメです。他には何も。歌のことも知っているのは確かなんですけど、誰から聞いたのかとかそういうのは全然。
係たんさ、今気絶してる間夢見てなかった？
夢ですか？
うん、うなされてたからさ、ママって呼んでた。
ああ、起きた時も叫んでたな。
私、そんなことを。
歌がトリガーになって何か記憶が蘇ったりしてないかなって。
ダメ、思い出せません。確かに何かの夢を見ていた気がします。とても大切な夢だったような気がするんですけど。
そうか。
すみません、ご迷惑をおかけして。
Both Daru and I knew this was a big step forward. She knew the song that Mayuri was singing. She said she'd learned it when she was a child. That would have been in the future, before she'd gotten in the time machine, which meant that there could only be one answer. It was the future Mayuri who taught Kagari that song.
オカリン、ひとまずマユシに聞いてみるのがいいんじゃね？
そうだな。バイトはランチタイムだけって言ってたから、タイミングを見計らってメイクインに行ってみるか。
私も行きます。
Kagari quickly stood up off the sofa.
落ち着いて。今すぐ行くわけじゃない。もう少し休んでいた方がいい。
そうですね。すみません。
And then her stomach rumbled.
腹が減ったのか？
Get this girl some noodles.
カップ麺ならあるが。
あとはマユシが買いだめした唐揚げとかバナナとか。
バナナいただきます。
She seemed embarrassed. Do not be embarrassed for wanting a banana.
お帰りになさいませ、ご主人様。
When we opened the door to May Queen Nyan Nyan, the usual cat-eared maid was there to welcome us.
おかりん。
Nothing usual about her. She's the best in her unusualness.
こんにちは、フェイリスさん。おにゅー。おかりん、最近来るたびに違う女の子を連れてくるにゃ。奥義を極め、リア充大学生のオーラをまとう能力を身につけたという話は本当だったのかにゃ。
そんなんじゃない。
The accusatory point with the fucking mitten. But like, it's got how does her hand fit in there? Okay, I'm thinking too hard about this. I'm trying to like, there's gotta be I don't get it. I will never understand. You can't understand the machinations of the Ferris. It's not possible. You just can't do it.
マユリを迎えに来たんだ。
Fucking point.
そろそろバイト上がりの時間なんじゃないかと思ってな。
マユシーは今日キッチン担当だったのにゃ。
キッチン？
今日はランチタイムのメイドちゃんたちの人数が足りなくて、この時間だけマユシーにもお手伝いしてもらったのにゃ。
なあ、マユリに料理をやらせて大丈夫なのか？
本人はやりたがってたけど、お皿洗いに集中してもらったにゃ。
That was Ferris for you. She knew exactly who belonged where.
もう上がってもらったから、今は着替えてる頃にゃ。
Management professional.
じゃあ外で待ってるって伝えておいてくれ。
了解にゃ。
We waited down below for a bit before Mayuri came out.
おかり、かがりさん。ごめんね、迎えに来てくれて。かがりさん、大丈夫？
Look at that smile. As soon as she got out of the store, Mayuri ran out and gave Kagari a big hug. She had a worried look on her face as she peered into Kagari's eyes.
ありがとう、まゆりさん。もう大丈夫。よかった。バターンって倒れちゃったからびっくりしちゃったよ。心配かけてごめんなさい。でもどうして2人して迎えに来てくれたの？
お前に聞きたいことがあってな。さっき口ずさんでいた歌についてだ。
I repeated the conversation I had at the lab for Mayuri.
というわけで、その歌をどこで覚えたのか 教えてほしいんだ。
マユシーはすずさんが歌っていたのを聞いたの。
鈴葉が？
マユシーはバイトが終わった後よくラボでお勉強してるんだ。雨の日はね、すずさんが部屋の中でトレーニングしてるのです。腹筋とか腕立て伏せとか。
That's Suzuha. Ain't missing a day.
それでね、トレーニングが終わるとシャワーを浴びるんだけど、出た後は髪を乾かしながら窓の外の雨を見てるの。ずっと。その時にね、いつもこの歌を小さく口ずさんでるんだよ。なんていう歌なのかはすずさんに聞いたことはないんだけどね。
なるほど。
So maybe it was a song from the future then? Like a song that was popular with people in the 2030s, maybe? Maybe Kaguri learned it at the same time Suzuha did.
それなら次は鈴葉に当たってみるか。
そうですね。
ここまで来たんだ。最後まで付き合うよ。
本当ですか？ありがとうございます。
My relationship with Suzuha was probably still pretty strained in this world, but she would probably help me get Kaguri's memories back.
一度戻ろう。鈴葉はブラウン管工房で店番してると思う。
も一緒に行く。
Everybody's at work.
まゆりさん、いいんですか？
Mayuri gave a cheerful answer and then started to fidget as if she were embarrassed for some reason.
ね、うまく言えないんだけど、かがりさんを見てるとなんかしなきゃっていう気持ちになるのです。守ってあげたいとか、助けてあげたいとか、そういう気持ち。なんでなのかな、不思議だね。えへへ。
Maybe it was the bond between mother and daughter. It was going to be a long time before Mayuri became Kaguri's mother, though.
それにね、思い出がないのって寂しいと思うから。まゆりさん、ありがとうございます。みんなで頑張ろう。
Oh my god, she's so sweet. And so, the three of us went back to the lab.
あれ、すずさんの自転車がないね。
おかしいな。出る時にはあったんだが。
Just as we went to peek inside the Brawn 2 workshop, Tenoji came out.
おう、なんか用か？
鈴葉はいませんか？
I would like to speak with your
さっきま
employee.
で店番してたと思うんですが。
ああ、あいつなら今日は上がったぜ。午後から用事があるとかでな。いつになく真面目な顔して出かけていった。
何の用事かは聞いてますか？
いや、バイトのプライベートまで詮索するつもりはねえからな。
And that was all he said before he headed back into the shop.
すずさん、どこ行ったのかな。用事って何でしょうね。
I hoped it was nothing serious. I'll try Rhine. I suppose I can try Rhine. I think I've got hints for Kaguri's memories. There are some things I want to ask you. Where are you? Ooh. Go-Go Curry.
ゴーゴーカレー？
Was she eating a late lunch? Was that important?
とにかく行ってみよう。
いやー、お見事です。ゴーゴーカレー秋葉原店、 今月の大食い大会覇者はお店史上初の3連覇、静かなる殺戮者さんです。
Silent Slaughterer! Oh my god, I love the Silent Slaughterer.
すっげえ、あの華奢な体のどこにあんな大量のカレーが入るんだよ。
That's so great.
カレーの女神だ。カレーの女神が権限された。
名前に恥じない殺戮者っぷりだな。あの食いっぷりを見たら本職の殺し屋って言われても信じるね。
So much for keeping a low profile.
優勝した静かなる殺戮者さん、おめでとうございます。
すごいな。
すごいですね。
Was this what Suzuha had been up to? The store had said she'd won 3 times in a row, and the customers seemed to know her. Did that mean she was a regular? Suzuha made her way over to us through the cheering crowds. Okay, now I'm curious. Did she come up with that name? Is that like obviously that's like her title. Did she come up with that? She like put me down as the Silent Slaughterer. Or did they just come up with that 'cause she doesn't... I imagine she's quiet while she eats. Like, she's pretty stoic.
あれ、3人ともどうしたの？
Oh, that's funny.
ごめん、さっきは大会の直前だったからそっけない返事しちゃった。すごいね。あんな大皿のカレーをペロリと食べちゃうなんて。食べられるものは食べられる時に食べる。戦場で生き残るために必要な素養だよ。戦場？私何か聞き間違えたんでしょうか。
気にしない方がいいと思う。
おじさん、それでかがりの記憶の手がかりって？
I explained what had happened so far.
私の歌聞こえてたの？もう言ってよ、マヨ姉さん。すずさんが歌ってるのすごく可愛かったから教えたらやめちゃうかなと思って黙ってました。意地悪だな。
それでその歌はどこで知ったんだ？
母さんだよ。母さんが歌ってたんだ。
ユキさんが？
ユキさん？鈴葉さんのお母様もユキさんとおっしゃるんですか？あ、
Oops.
いや、そうじゃない。ユキさんのあだ名が母さんなんだ。
I mean, this is as good an excuse as any, I guess, at this point.
そうそう、そういうこと。ついあだ名で呼んじゃうんだよ。そうなんですか。それはどういう由来で？ごめん、その話はまた今度。おじさん、ちょっとこっち来て。
Suzuha and I stood a little away from Kagari.
さ、よく考えたら母さんのことは別に隠さなくてもいいんじゃない？
記憶が戻らない可能性もあるんだから言わない方が賢明だと思うけどな。
そうか。私としてはそれは避けたい結末ではあるけど。
それでその歌をユキさんから教わったっていうのは未来での話だよな？
もちろん。母さんが料理を作りながらよく歌ってて自然に覚えたんだ。
I was getting confused. So what was going on here?
子供の頃のかがりは鈴葉かユキさんからその歌を教わったということか？
それはないよ。かがりがまゆ姉さんの養子になったのは母さんが死んだ後だから。私も人前で歌ったことなんてないんだ。かがりに聞かせたこともない。あの頃は 生きるのに精一杯で、そんな心の余裕なんてなかったからね。無意識に口ずさんでるなんて自分でも知らなかったくらいなんだ。かがりがこの歌を子供の頃に覚えたんだったら、それはまゆ姉さんから教わったんだと思うよ。
そうか。
Which meant that Kagari learned it from Mayuri, who learned it from hearing Suzuha hum it, and Suzuha learned it from Yuki, her mother.
なら次はユキさんに当たってみるか。なんだか伝言ゲームめいてきた。
But even so, if we kept at it, we were sure to learn the truth eventually.
私はタイムマシンの整備もあるし、付き合いそうにないな。かがりのことよろしくね。
あ。というわけだ。
I explained to Mayuri and Kagari what I'd learned from Suzuha. Of course, since I couldn't tell them about the future, I skirted around that part of the story.
そっか。じゃあ次はユキさんだね。
まゆり、連絡取ってもらっていいか。
わかった。
Mayuri took out her phone to call Yuki.
出ないな。LINE 送っておくね。
Mayuri gave up on calling her and sent her a message on Rhine.
これで OK だよ。なんだか大ごとになってしまってすみません。気にしなくていいよ。それにね、まゆしーはかがりさんとこうしてお散歩できて楽しいのです。ありがとう。私もまゆりさんとお話ししながら歩いていると、なんだかゆったりした気分になれるんです。ああ、それまゆしーも一緒だ。私たち気が合うのかもしれませんね。嬉しいな。
If Daru were here, he'd yell, Yuri for the win! Daru, even when you're not here, you make people uncomfortable. Well done. Come to think of it, Daru had said he'd had something to do today, and I hadn't seen him since we'd left the lab. It was probably something I didn't want to know about.
ゆきさんからメッセージ来たよ。実は今橋田さんとデート中だって。ああ、そうなんだ。あの二人お付き合いしてるんですか？
デートするほど進展していたとは聞いてないぞ。
Was that what Daru was up to?
ゆきさん、夕方にはラボに来るみたい。
夕方か。時間が少し空くな。
でもデートの邪魔しちゃ悪いよ。そうですね、待ちましょう。
If Kagari wanted to wait, it wasn't my place to disagree. We decided to have Mayuri answer Yuki's message and then go back to the lab. On the way...
お？どうした？
おかり、あそこ。
Dude, her whisper voice is so cute. Mayuri suddenly lowered her voice and quietly pointed toward a nearby cafeteria with an outdoor seating. Oh! Two people we recognized were sitting at one of the tables. It was Yuki and Daru. The two of them were eating a sandwich together.
これはあれだな。
What is the surprise here, right? Like, they're eating a sandwich together.
いつものダルに倣ってこう言っておこう。ダル、リア充爆発しろ。
You've become what you hate.
どうしましょう。邪魔 しちゃ悪いよね。
とはいえ、これはなかなか見られない光景じゃないか。
You were meant to destroy the normies, not join them. You were the chosen one, Daru. Alright, I'm done.
それは確かに。
Mahiri's eyes were filled with passion. He seemed to be truly cheering them on.
二人が食べ終わるのを待って
She's so
偶然合流
precious.
した感じにするか。
アユシーは賛成です。いいと思います。
The whispering, I can't get over her whisper voice. Kagari and Mayuri were getting excited. Was this really that exciting? That's what I'm saying. Like they're eating a sandwich. I don't get it. I don't get it. We sat at a nearby table in the corner of the terrace so as not to let them see us. We covered our faces as best we could and quietly observed the two of them. Like animals at a petting zoo. They seemed to be enjoying their lunch. I could just barely make out what they were saying.
ほらほら、橋田さん、口の端にトマトついてますよ。拭いてあげますね。
いやいやいや、大丈夫大丈夫。自分で拭くから。
でもいつもハンカチ持ってないじゃないですか。ほら、こっちに顔向けてください。
You've turned him into a malfunctioning robot.
僕の体液がついたら天音のハンカチが汚れててしま。
Jesus Christ. Wow, Man, I wasn't kidding.
汚いなんて思ったりしませんよ。はい、
Oh.
拭きますよ。
Okay, that's actually pretty cute.
ああ。
何をやってるんだあいつは。
仲良さそうで羨ましいな。お似合いですね、あのお二人。
そうか。
そうですよ。
Oh, that's really funny. I don't get it. Same. You and me, Okabe.
いいな。
I'm happy for him. I don't know if I can get it. Mahiri was watching them with stars in her eyes. And then...
まゆりさん、お腹空いてるんですか？バイトが終わってからお昼食べようと思ってたから。
なんだ、そうだったのか。じゃあ何か注文するか。ここは俺がおごる。
いい
手伝ってくれているお礼だ。
の？やったー。おかりん太っ腹だね。じゃあね。
Mayuri's eyes shone as she looked at the menu.
クレープ食べたいな。いちごとクリームがいっぱい入ってるの。
Evidently, the place was offering a special on crepes today.
わかった。かがりは？
私はさっきお昼食べさせてもらいましたから。一緒に食べようよ。
遠慮しなくていいよ。
すみません。じゃあバナナとチョコのを。
Oh, it sounds so good. Oh, it sounds so good.
了解だ。
I want. Give me. I went to buy crepes, being careful not to let Daru and Yuki see me. I've lost the headphones. I've lost my mind, I think, in reality. In addition to everything else, my mind has also been lost. Face, lady face. It's so cute. It's so cute. Ah! Okay. I'm good. I've recovered. Okay, I'm good. I'm okay. Sorry.
すっごくおいしい。感動だよ。ですね。チョコレートの苦さが絶妙。いちごもおいしいよ。ほら、かがりさん。あーん。おいしい。って何をさせるんですか？照れなくてもいいのに。女の子同士なんだし。それはそうなんですけど。あ、ほっぺにクリームついてるよ。やだ。マユシーが取ってあげる。大丈夫ですよ。自分で拭けますから。
Kagari hurriedly took a hand mirror and handkerchief out of her pouch and wiped it off.
マユシーが取ってあげたかったな。もうマユリさんたら困ります。どうして？どうしてってマユリさんに言われるとなんか変な気持ちになっちゃうから。
変な気持ち？
はい。なぜかマユリさんにすごく甘えたくなっちゃうんですよね。おかしいな。私の方が年上のはずなのに。
Kagari's cheeks flushed red as she stared up into Mayuri's eyes.
それはかがりさんがマユシーを好きだってことだよね。マユシーもかがりさんのこと大好きだよ。マユリさん、私は。
ああ、マユリのそれに深い意味はないから気にしないでくれ。
そうなんですか？
These two are too precious for this world. It's too precious. They're too sweet.
マユシーにも一口ちょうだい。
Of everything on the screen, the sweetest thing is not the crepes. It is them. Stop! It's too much for me. Too much cute. Stop. It's hurting me.
はい。
Mayuri took a bite out of the crepe in Kagari's hand. To someone else's eyes, it must have just looked like two sisters feeding each other crepes. Of course, Mayuri would be the little sister. But it didn't look that way to me. Howdy. How goes it? Shadow Anime? How you doing? I'm dying of cute, in case you're wondering. It looked like a little Kagari was blushing and stretching a hand out toward her mother. I really did want to get her memories back. I could only imagine what the future was like after World War III occurred. But no matter how bad it got, families still must have gotten together to eat dinner. Maybe this happened in the future, too. That would be a very happy...
おかり？どうしたの？ぼーっとして。
ああ、悪い。ちょっと考え事をしてた。
My man better have gotten himself a crepe.
おかりんもクレープ食べたくなっちゃったのかな？今からでも買ってきたらどうですか？
That's what I'm saying.
大丈夫だよ。昼飯はさっき食べたし。
And the crepes looked so sweet that I'd lost my appetite.
あ、そうだ。じゃあ、マユシーの一口あげるよ。それなら私のも。
I suddenly found myself with two smiling girls shoving two crepes in my face.
バカ、やめろ。恥ずかしいだろ。
Without even thinking, I tried to move my chair back, only to get it caught on the leg of the table. Well,
てって
the rest of the cafe watched me as I fell flat on the ground. I ended up attracting a lot of attention. And as a result...
岡部さんじゃないですか。
Oh, Daru, Yuki, is that you? Oh man. Fancy meeting you here.
おお、オカリン、なぜここに？
They found us. We explained to the two of them how we'd found ourselves here.
もう声をかけてくれればよかったじゃないですか。
I mean, I feel like you could play this off as a coincidence, right? That's not that unreasonable.
えへへ、ごめんなさい。お邪魔しちゃ悪いかなと思って。
That said, I do advocate truth above all else, so I appreciate that.
ずっと見られてたことの方が恥ずかしいですよ。
Just surprised that they came clean immediately. So Daru's face was as placid as a sage's. Knowing that we saw him like that must have snapped his mind in half.
それでユキさんどうかな。その歌どこで知ったのか覚えてないか。
覚えてますよ。最近のことなので。私お菓子教室でバイトをしてるんです。講師の先生の補佐役なんですけど。ほら、私お菓子作るの好きだからまだまだ修行中なんですけどね。ゆきさんが作るお菓子はものすごく美味しいんだよ。そうなんですか？今度かがりさんも一緒に作ろうね。はい、ぜひ。
Where's this Pokemon Mystery Dungeon as music? I swear I can't get it out of my head. I feel like I'm crawling the dungeons as a whatever. It's crazy. Okay. I tried to get the conversation back on track.
そのお菓子教室と歌にどんな関係が？
ああ、そうそう。教室に通ってる生徒さんの一人が調理の間その歌をいつも口ずさんでて、本人は無意識みたいなんですけど、それを歌ってる時はとても幸せそうな顔をされていて、私もいつの間にか覚えちゃいました。
その生徒はユキさんの知り合いなのか？例えば俺の知っている人だったりしないか？
それはないと思います。割とお年を召している女性なので。
We played the game of telephone to this point and ended up with someone who had nothing to do with any of us. Maybe it really was a common song and Kagari had just happened to learn it from hearing someone else sing it in the future. No, it was too early to assume that.
ひとまずその生徒さんに話を聞いてみよう。ユキさん、すまないがその人に連絡を取ってもらえないかな。生徒の個人情報だったら俺たちに教えるわけにもいかないだろうし。
別に構わないですよ。教室といってもそんな大げさなものじゃないですから。その方の携帯のメアドも聞いてますし、よくお話もしますから。
Yuki took out her oh my god. Yuki took her phone out of her pouch and started to fiddle with it. She seemed to be looking for a list of addresses.
あったあった。この人です。
She turned the phone toward us. Seeing the name of a person we'd never met wouldn't do us any good, but we looked anyway.
え？
Shouting.
何？その名前、オカリンのお母さんの名前だよ。
There was no doubt about it. That was my mom's name.
へえ、ユキさんってあんたのお友達だったんだ。
After hearing the shocking news that Kaguri's song traced its roots all the way back to my mom, we went back to the lab. It would have been embarrassing to call my mom in front of Mayuri and Kaguri. So I went up to the roof in the cold to call home. When I asked my mom if she was going to a cooking class, she seemed surprised that I didn't know.
そっか、歌ね。口ずさんでるなんて全然気づかなかったわ。
So funny that it's his mom.
ちょっと恥ずかしいわね。
その歌どこで覚えたんだ？
どこでって？
ラジオで流れてたとか、他の人が歌っているのを聞いたとかさ。
あんただけど？
え？
あんたが前に歌ってたのよ。
な。
Oh, it's so.
何言ってんだよ。そんなわけないだろ。
Oh, that's great.
ほら、あんたが中学生の頃、まゆりちゃんが塞ぎ込んじゃった時期があったでしょ。おばあちゃんが亡くなって、みんな心配してたけど、まゆりちゃん、ある日を境に元に戻ってくれて、ほんとよかったわ。でも、代わりにあんたがおかしくなっちゃったのよね。
You became someone else entirely.
なんだっけ？上記のバッドサイレントテスト？
やめて。
Mom, please. Is there anything in the world more terrifying than hearing about your own dark past from your mom? I certainly can't think of it.
あんたがそのバッドなんとかにかぶれ始めた頃、お風呂に入るたびに歌ってたのよ。散々聞いてるうちに覚えちゃったわ。
I love her laugh. She's got such a great laugh.
俺が歌っていた？
そうよ、覚えてないの？あ、お客さん来た。じゃあね、雨が降りそうだから早く帰ってきなさい。
What?
マジか。
オカリ、どうだった？わかりましたか？
I explained what I'd heard from my mom, even though I didn't really understand it myself. I love the unit. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, they were surprised. I was more surprised than anybody. I was so surprised that I was actually feeling pretty calm.
なると、どういうことなんでしょうか？
What did it mean? Kaguri had learned the song from Mayuri in the future, and now for some reason we're in the Street Fighter training zone. This is literally the Street Fighter like training room. You cannot convince me otherwise. What are we? Kaguri had learned the song from Mayuri in the future. Mayuri had learned it in the present from Suzuha. Suzuha had learned it from Yuki in the future. I like how for the future variants they have them in like just the silhouette. I like that. Because technically we don't know what they look like in the future. Despite the fact that his mom. Yuki had learned it from my mom. That's interesting. It's interesting that she has like a unique silhouette. I don't think we've seen anyone with this silhouette. So it's like, it's a unique silhouette, but she just... That's interesting. Okay, we can confirmed. Okabe's mom has short hair. I guess it could also be tied up. I don't know. What can we glean from this? What can we learn about Mrs. Okabe from this? Like, kind of short-ish hair, or just tied up. All right, I'm bored. Yuki had learned it from my mom, and my mom had learned it from me.
俺、歌なんて歌ってたか?
Time to practice my shoryukens. My pretzel motions. I don't know. Street Fighter pretzel motions? I think they do. I don't know. I'm not a fighting game aficionado in case that's not obvious. It was a popular song. Maybe I would have hummed it, but
ダメだ。思い出せない。
どうしよう。手がかりなくなっちゃったね。
Mayuri looked like she was about to cry. Kagari gave her a gentle hug.
落ち着いてください、まゆりさん。岡部さん、そのまゆりさんが落ち込んでいた時っていうのは何か手がかりになりませんか？
そうは言っても何か特別なことをしていたわけじゃないからな。まゆりが墓参りに行ってるのを迎えに行くくらいで。
That was when Hoin Kyoma, now sealed away, had been born.
じゃあそのお墓に行ってみませんか？何か思い出すかも。
Was that possible?
ここまで来たなら最後まできちんと確かめてみたいですから。おかりん、まゆしーからもお願い。
わかった。行こう。
ありがとうございます。
The sun was about to set, so we decided to go the next day. The next day, the sky had been cloudy since morning. I had met with Kagari and Mayuri at a spot near the cemetery where her grandmother was buried.
雨降ってきちゃいそうだね。私、傘持ってきてないんですよね。天気予報では降らないって言ってたから。まゆしーもだよ。
And I never brought an umbrella when it wasn't raining. In other words, nobody had an umbrella.
雨が降り出す前に切り上げるようにしよう。
おばあちゃん、おかりんが来てくれて喜ぶだろうな。
そうだな。
それに今日はかがりさんも来てくれたし、まゆしーの素敵なお友達をおばあちゃんに紹介できるのが楽しみなのです。まゆりさん、おかりん、早く行こう。まゆしーはおばあちゃんに話したいことがたくさんあるのです。
そうだな。急ごう。
Finally arrived at the cemetery. The skies were getting darker, and it felt like it could rain at any minute. We finished cleaning the grave, and each of us put our hands together in front of us. Then Mayuri sat down and started talking to her grandma. Kagari and I watched her from a short distance away.
それでね、かがりさんが驚いた顔で入ってきて、バターンって気絶しちゃったんだ。もうびっくりしたよ。まゆしーはすっごく慌てちゃったし、すっごく心配だったんだけど、どうしてもバイトに行かなきゃいけなくて、だからおかりんとダルくんにかがりさんのことお願いって言ってラボを出たの。でも本当は心配で胸がはち切れそうだったんだよ。岡部さん、
Kagari whispered to me, concerned.
ああ、まゆりのことなら気にしないでくれ。あれは儀式みたいなものなんだ。
儀式？
ああ、まゆりはおばあちゃん子でさ、そのおばあちゃんが亡くなった時には魂が抜けたみたいになってたんだ。
Nope.
半年くらい誰とも口を聞かずに、毎日ここに来ては一日中ぼんやり立ってた。まるで自分もおばあちゃんのところに行ければいいのにって祈っているように見えた。
それを岡部さんが連れ戻したんですよね。
どうしてそれを？
まゆりさんから聞いちゃいました。
あいつめ。
いいじゃないですか。かっこいいですよ。 マッドサイエンティストの法王院京馬さん。
やめてくれ。あの時は必死だったんだ。後から思えば正解だったわけだけど、やっぱり恥ずかしい真似をしたと思うよ。
I'd used every bit of knowledge I could scrape up from anime and video games to try and keep Mayuri's soul from leaving us.
連れてなんて行かせない。マユリは俺の人質だ。人体実験の生贄なんだ。どこにも逃がさないからな。
そっか。マユシーは人質なんだね。じゃあしょうがないね。うんうん。
They're really trying to break me. And they're succeeding.
とても素敵なお話だと思います。
そうかな。
そうですよ。あ、
ん？
降ってきました。
I looked up just in time for a drop to fall on my cheek. A cold rain started to come down.
こんなに早く降り始めるとは思いませんでしたね。どうします？
We'd just gotten here and hadn't done anything yet. I wanted to do at least a little research before we left.
一旦雨宿りできる場所を探そう。コンビニで傘を買ってもいいし。
わかりました。まゆりさん、一度駅に戻りましょう。え？わあ、雨だ。
Oh, she's great. she's the best. The rain started to come down harder as we ran toward the station.
先に傘を買っておけばよかったですね。これじゃシャワー浴びないと風邪ひいちゃうね。そうだ、かがりさん、マユシーのお家来る？一緒にシャワー浴びようよ。あれ？
Mayuri turned around and suddenly stopped. I stopped too. I looked back and saw that Kagari wasn't keeping up with us. She was standing some distance away with a blank look on her face. She was facing us, but seemed to be staring off into the distance.
かがりさん、どうしたの？聞こえる。
Her voice was flat and emotionless. It's like she was a different person than the one that had been there a moment before.
聞こえるって何が？
声が聞こえる。かがりさん？
Mayuri started to walk toward Kagari.
私、行かなきゃ。
And suddenly, Kagari ran through the puddles of water out into the street.
かがりさん！
A truck was coming. Mayuri screamed. My body moved on its own. I yanked Mayuri's shoulder down and knocked her toward the ground so she couldn't run out on her own. And then I used that momentum to run out into the street myself. Yo, Okabe, my man! My guy! The legend!
昔はね、今みたいに空気が汚れていなかったから、みんな雨に濡れても気にしなかったんだよ。ママがかがりちゃんくらいの年の頃はね。 雨が降るのは楽しみだったんだ。オカリンと一緒にお外を走り回ったの。雨の中を走るとね、まるで海の中を泳いでるみたいなんだ。オカリンとママはね、その中を泳ぐ魚なの。世界でたった2匹だけの。楽しかったな。
それはいつのことだっただろう。1998年に鈴葉お姉ちゃんと別れてから長いこと閉じ込められていた施
Not now! Give it a second. I won't let this ruin my mood. Nope, not gonna let this ruin it. It'll come back. It always does. There it is. I wish you would stop doing that. I really do. It's not my internet. My internet's fine. The internet's staying connected. I literally just don't know. I literally don't know. I just don't know, and I just don't know how to fix it. Okay, moving on.
私がそこから逃げ出したのはいつのことだっただろう。逃げ出した理由は急にママに会いたくなったから。それだけだった。
The place where she was kept, Kaguri was waiting for the professor to come like always when she happened to look outside and see that it was raining. When she smelled the water through the window, she remembered what her mom had said. The next thing she knew, she'd taken off the headset she was wearing. Nobody had expected it, so escaping was easy. She ripped off the cords on her arms and used the little window to go outside. Then she'd snuck into the back of a truck that was just leaving the parking lot. The facility she'd been kept in must have been deep within the mountains. After hours of shaking, the truck finally reached a town somewhere. When the truck stopped, she jumped out and wandered in the rain, with nowhere to go. She didn't have any destination in mind. She wanted to see her mom, but she didn't know where she was. And even if she did find her, her mom would have been younger than Kaguri, and wouldn't know who she was. She had run away from the facility on impulse, but she had no money, and there was nothing she could do, except to wait for the professor to come and find her. Until then, she wanted to get wet in the rain. The rain kept falling for a long time. Her clothes got wet, but she didn't care.
雨が痛くないなんて変な感じ。
The rain in this era didn't sting when it landed on your skin. It was warm. For the first time, Kaguri learned that nature could do things other than hurt you. There was life in this rain. That's how it felt to her. The rain in this era was alive. It was totally different than the dead rain of the future. Kaguri kept walking, enjoying the feeling of being surrounded by living rain. How long had she walked? When her legs finally started to get tired, she sat down on a bench with a roof over it. It was a trolley platform. It was unmanned, without even a ticket station. She sat down and looked up at the sky. The rain was still falling.
きっと神様はこの雨も嫌いなんだろうな。生きている雨より死んでいる雨の方が好きなんだろうな。そうじゃなきゃ未来の雨が死んでいる理由を説明できないもの。
The dead rain sure didn't seem better than the living rain to Kaguri. There was one thing that she was sure of. In the future, where Mom was, the rain was dead. When she saw Mom again, the rain would be dead. So she wasn't really mad at God.
迷子ですか?
The boy was standing next to the bench. He was the same age as Kaguri, or maybe a little younger. He was holding an umbrella, but the area below his knees was soaking wet. He must have walked in the rain for a long time. Kagari said nothing as he sat down next to her. He looked tired and in pain.
僕も
The boy talked to her in a voice that was a whisper. What he talked about, she couldn't remember. But he seemed to be in so much pain, as if he was carrying the weight of the whole world's sadness on his shoulders. Why had he talked to her when they'd never met before? Why had he decided to open up to Kagari? Strangely, it didn't bother her. She was the same. She was the same as he was. And strangely, she realized something. There were things in this world that you just couldn't change. There were things in this world where all you could do was watch them slip through your fingers. You couldn't give up on them, but you had no choice but to give up. She felt that despair. Maybe the rain had brought the two of them together. There were so many people in the world, and yet the two of them had no one else to talk to. Maybe the rain had brought them together. The living rain. The warm rain. The gentle rain.
オカリンとママはね、その中を泳ぐ魚なの。世界でたった2匹だけの。
Mommy had looked so happy when she told that story, but it sounded sad to Kagari, because the world was so big and it was just the two of them alone. It would be lonely and sad to have no one else there. That's what she thought. But now she understood how Mom felt, just a little. Just two fish alone in the world. That was different than being totally alone. No matter what else, there was someone next to you who felt the same way. It was lonely, but she was sure it wasn't that lonely. That's what she felt at the bottom of the sea of living rain.
探し物一つ星の笑う声風に瞬いて手を伸ばせばつかめるよ
There was nothing Kagari could do for the boy, but she felt like he needed that song. The next thing she knew, the boy was gone.
雨止まないな
探したよほら行こうどうしたんだい
私行かなきゃ
She shook off the professor's hand and ran into the street, through the pouring rain. And then she saw a truck splashing up water from the puddles as it came barreling toward her. Kagari woke up and realized she was in a hospital bed.
Kagari-san!
Dude, it's such a fucking trip. Oh, my brain. Ow, my brain and my heart. Also my heart, but mostly my heart, and also kind of my brain. Mayuri was looking down at her with eyes swollen bright red.
Okari! Kagari-san, 気がついたよ!
かがり
私
トラックにはねられそうになったんだ。怪我はなかったんだけどな。気を失ってたから念のために救急車を呼んだ。君は保険証を持ってないから医療費はとんでもない額になるかもな。
しょうがないよ。 あの時はそうするしかなかったもん。かがりさんが無事でよかった。オカリンがね、ギリギリのところで助けたんだよ。
Man, my man.
二人とも死んじゃったのかと思って。マユシーは
No, don't cry, Mayuri.
泣くなよ、まゆり。
そうでした。ぼんやり覚えてます。岡部さんが飛び出してきてくれたこと。ごめんなさい。私、どうかしてた。ありがとう。
いや、無事ならいいんだ。
In a fit of emotion, Mayuri leapt on Kagari.
よかったよ、かがりさん。本当に心配したんだから。
まゆりさん。違う。
Kagari finally understood everything.
そうじゃない。この人はまゆりさんじゃない。そうだ。この人はママだ。やっと会えた。
Don't cry, I actually cry. Now it was Kagari's turn to give Mayuri a big hug.
かがりさん、違うよ。マユシーはママじゃないよ。
違ってなんかない。ママはかがりのママなの。
She couldn't stop herself from talking like a little girl. The last 10 years vanished, and Kagari was once again a small child.
ママって。かがり、記憶が戻ったのか？
おかりん、おじさん。全部思い出した。私は椎名まゆりの娘、椎名かがりだよ。
だってかがりさん、マユシーより年上だよ。
Poor Mayuri. Your brain.
それにマユシーは赤ちゃん産んだりとかしてないし。
ママ、私は未来から来たんだよ。未来のママは孤児だった私を引き取って養女にしてくれたの。
マユシーが？
そうだよ。私に生きる理由を与えてくれたのがママなの。ママはね、私を危ない目に遭わせないために一番安全なところに逃がしてくれた。
安全なところ？
過去だよ。ママが幼かった頃のまだ平和だった日本でなら安全に暮らせるだろうって。でもやっぱり寂しかった。ここにはママがいないんだもの。どんな安全な場所でもママと離れ離れになるんじゃ意味なんてないもん。ママ、会いたかったよ。
Kagari clung to Mayuri on the soft bed and cried for a long time. At first, Mayuri was confused, but she eventually hugged her back gently.
かがりちゃん。
It's too much. I'm not ready for this today, apparently. I was not ready. I thought I was ready. I thought I could handle it. I was wrong.
ごめんね。ごめんね。
I'm okay. I'm alright. It's out of my system. It's not.
ごめんね。
It's literally not.
辛かったよね。寂しかったよね。ママのせいでずっと泣いてたんだよね。ごめんね。ママ。
こうして私、椎名かがりは全ての記憶を取り戻した。それからの数ヶ月間はただ楽しかった。毎日のようにラボに集まってママやその友達と遊んだ。みんな本当にいい人たちだった。退屈する暇なんて1秒もなかった。特にママはできるだけ時間を作って私と一緒にいてくれた。一緒にご飯を食べに行ったり、一緒にショッピングに行ったり、目的もなく一緒に散歩したりした。たわいもないその全てが私が心の底から求め続けていたものだった。以前は頭の中に響いていた声もママとたくさん話しているうちにいつの間にか聞こえなくなっていた。ママはどんな時でも笑顔を私に見せてくれた。そして心から嬉しそうに私の話を聞いてくれた。本当に本当に幸せだった。お泊まり会も何度もした。ラボやママの家やルカ君の家でお菓子を食べながら遅くまで話して、夜はママと同じ布団で眠りについた。布団の中では小さな声で二人であの歌を歌った。ママが二人をつないでくれた歌だと言ったあの歌を。確かにあの歌は私とママとをつないでくれた。私は小さい頃にママにこの歌を教えてもらった。ママは鈴葉お姉ちゃんから聞いた。鈴葉お姉ちゃんはゆきさんから、ゆきさんはおかりんおじさんのお母さんから、おかりんおじさんのお母さんはおかりんおじさんから、そしておかりんおじさんは確かなことはわからない。でももしそうだったらそれはとても素敵なことだ。他にもママとたくさん話した。学校の話、ラボの話、おかりんおじさんの話、未来の話、恋の話、本当にいろんなことを。ある時ママが急にこんな話をしたことがあった。
ねえかがりちゃん、まゆしーはね、思うのです。この歌は大好きな人を励ます歌なんじゃないかなって。その人は大切な宝物をなくして悲しくて悲しくて眠っちゃったの。どんなに揺さぶっても眠ったまま。それくらい悲しかったから。でもね、その宝物は実はなくなってないんだ。本当はちょっと手を伸ばせば届くところにあるの。だけどその人は宝物がすぐ近くにあることに気づかないでずっと眠ったままなの。でもね、その人はきっと本当は誰かが起こしてくれるのをずっと待ってるんだ。だってね、その人はそばにいるから。いなくなったわけじゃないから。それがいつになるのかわからないけど、それでもいつかきっと目を覚ましてくれる。そういう歌なんじゃないかなって思うんだ。
そしてママは私を見てにっこりと微笑んでくれた。 カーテンから漏れる月明かりでぼんやりと見えたママの瞳がとても澄んで見えた。初めて見る綺麗な色の瞳だった。けれど後から思うと、あの時のママの瞳は以前にも見たことがあった。あの時、私が記憶を取り戻したあの雨の日、ママは私を抱きしめながらあんな瞳をしていた。あの時、ママはずっと同じ言葉を繰り返していた。ごめんね。かがりちゃん、ごめんねと。そのごめんねは、ママが未来のママ自身の代わりに謝っているんだと思ってた。未来のママが私を一人ぼっちにしたことを謝っているんだって、そう思ってた。けれど、そうじゃなかった。あの時、ママは他の誰でもなく、2011年の椎名真由里として私に謝っていたんだ。私を一人ぼっちにしてごめんねと。そのことに気づいたのは半年後、2011年7月7日、七夕の日だった。本当は分かってた。
My heart can't. I'm so emotionally exhausted.
こんなところに呼び出して、ママ、何の用かな。何かサプライズでも考えてるのかな。
Kagari whispered as if she wanted it to be true. Today was July 7th, Tanabata. The lab was going to have a Tanabata party with the Tenoji family on the roof of the building. It was essentially an excuse to hold a barbecue. The sky was clear that day, so the night stars were sure to be pretty.
早く戻って準備の続きしなきゃ。ママと一緒に。本当は分かってた。この呼び出しが何を意味するのか。分かってて、でも自分に対して分からないふりをしてた。本当はここには来たくなかった。見たくないものから目をそらしていたかった。
One more step after another toward the roof.
早く行かなきゃ。ママが待ってる。どうして今になって。ママ。
When I opened the door, I was met with a burst of warm wind in the gentle summer twilight. Stars could already be seen twinkling in the evening sky. Mayuri was there. She was standing right next to the time machine. She had one thing on her head to keep the wind from blowing away her hat. One hand... Did I say thing? Whatever. One hand on her head to keep the wind from blowing away her hat, and another reached out toward the sky. Her open hand stretched straight up toward the Akihabara sky, as if she was trying to grab the brightest star. Her eyes seemed to look past the stars and look toward something beyond. It was so pretty, so ephemeral, so fragile.
Mama.
Kagari couldn't stop herself from crying out. It felt like if she didn't stop her, the stars would take her mother away.
あ、かがりちゃん。てってるー。
てってるー。
ママ。
Don't hit me with this track. You can't hit me with... You can't hit me with the... Hit me with the... The tension started to drain from Kagari's body. Good. Mommy was acting normal now. There was nothing to worry about. Mommy would never leave her. Ever. When Kagari ran over, Mayuri lowered the hand that she'd reached out toward the sky.
どうしたの？どうしてここに呼んだの？
Mayuri smiled, slightly embarrassed, and spun the other way. Then she looked up at the time machine.
かがりちゃんはこれに乗ってきたんだよね。
急に何？そんなしみじみ言うことじゃ。
Her words caught in her throat. She realized that the time machine's hatch was open.
どうしてタイムマシンのハッチが開いてるの？
And then someone appeared from within the time machine.
かがり、お前どうして？それはこっちのセリフだよ。二人で何してるの？
まゆ姉さん、かがりには秘密にしておくって約束したじゃないか。黙っててごめんね、すずさん。まゆしーね、どうしてもかがりちゃんにはちゃんとお別れを言っておきたかったの。すぐ終わるから準備を進めておいて。わかった。終わったら乗って。
Uzaha disappeared back inside the time machine.
秘密？お別れ？準備？ママも鈴葉お姉ちゃんも何の話をしてるの？私全然わからないよ。本当は分かってた。本当はママからメッセージが来た時からもう分かってた。でも認めたくなかった。タイムマシンがまたかがりとママを離れ離れにしてしまうことを認めたくなかったの。
あのね、まゆしーはこれからすずさんと一緒にタイムマシンに乗るの。大事な人に目を覚ましてもらうために。
無理だよ。世界線は収束しちゃうの。ママや鈴葉お姉ちゃんがどんなに頑張ったって変えられない。誰にも変えようがないのよ。
そうだね。きっとまゆしーじゃ変えられない。だったら。でもね、オカリンは別なの。オカリンには未来を変える力がある。そのオカリンを、あの日のオカリンの背中をちょっとだけ押すぐらいならまゆしーにもできるはずだから。チャンスはあの日だけだから。
うまくいくわけない。
Kagari grabbed Mayuri's arms, but she just smiled sadly.
それでもまゆしーはもう一度会いたいんだ。法王院京馬に。私の彦星様にもう一度会いたいの。
そんな。でも本当は分かってた。
Ever since the day she got her memories back, Kagari's life had been truly happy. She'd lived every day in a peaceful Japan, with no war, and with Mayuri and the rest of the lab. Every day shined like a jewel, and she'd thought it would last forever. But she'd known that what that look in Mayuri's eyes had meant. She'd known why, even when everyone was having fun, Mayuri always seemed kind of sad.
私はどうなるの？もしオカリンおじさんがシュタインズゲートへたどり着いたとして、そこでは戦争が起きないかもしれない。そうすればたくさんの人は救われるかもしれない。 けど、そしたら私はママと会えないよ。
そんなことないよ。どの未来でだってマユシーとかがりちゃんは会えるよ。その世界ではかがりちゃんは一人じゃないかもしれない。本当のお父さんとお母さんがいて幸せに暮らしているかもしれない。でもマユシーはそれでもかがりちゃんに会いに行くから。それでね、かがりちゃんととっても仲良しになるから。だからかがりちゃんは何にも心配しなくていいんだよ。
私もママもお互いのことを忘れちゃうかもしれないんだよ。私のことを覚えていないのにどうやって会いに来てくれるの？絶対無理だよ。
マユシーにはきっとかがりちゃんがわかるよ。
なんでそんなことを言い切れるの？
だってね、それが運命だもん。
The choice of Steins Gate.
マユシーとかがりちゃんの絆はどんなことにも負けたりしない。だから今の記憶がなくなっても絶対にマユシーはあなたを見つけ出すから。
ママ。
Tears like pearls fell from Mayuri's eyes, but she kept smiling at Kaguri anyway. And for the first time, Kaguri realized how strong Shina Mayuri really was. She realized, even if Mayuri didn't know, how tough and strong her will was. This girl, who seemed so small and fragile, believed in the power of the future more than anyone in the world.
じゃあそろそろ行くね。
Mayuri was about to get in the time machine. She could see Mayuri's legs shaking with each step up the ladder she took. She couldn't let this happen. It would just end up like that day in 2036. Kaguri couldn't take that anymore.
待って！
Kaguri clung to Mayuri's body.
ママを過去になんて行かせない！ママの代わりに私が行く！
Kaguri grabbed the phone that Mayuri was holding and then pulled down on her hard. Mayuri lost her balance and fell off the ladder. Kaguri leapt inside.
かがり、お前正気か？
Kaguri ignored her and leaned out of the hatch to smile down at Mayuri.
ママ！オカリンおじさんは私が何とかしてみせる。だからそこで待ってて。かがりちゃん！鈴葉お姉ちゃん、ハッチを閉めて。いいのか？うん。わかった。
Hatch started to close. Mayuri was staring up at Kaguri in shock.
かがりちゃん。
ママ！私、ママのことずっと愛してる！過去も今も未来でも！
Oh my god! And then the hatch closed. She couldn't see her beloved mother anymore. She wiped away the tears, sat down in the passenger seat, and strapped herself in. Suzuha sat in the main seat and grinned.
まさかもう一度お前と乗ることになるとは思わなかった。 一番最初に戻っただけだよ。
最初とは大違いだ。あの時のお前はピーピー泣いてた。
鈴葉お姉ちゃんだってちょっぴり泣いてたくせに。
そうだな。行くよ、かがり。過去へ。
Uzaha tapped at the console, and the whole seat started to shake. At the same time, a pale light began to shine from within the machine. The time travel was beginning. There was no guarantee it would work. She might never see Mayuri again, but she swore that she would make this succeed. As the daughter of Shina Mayuri, Stop it!
星の笑う声、風に瞬いて手を伸ばせばつかめるよ。
No matter how far apart they were, that song would connect them forever. It's too much, man. I'm okay, I swear. That was shorter than I thought it would be. It's only been 2 hours, it's surprising. I figured it'd be 3 at least. No! Oh, they're so cute. Oh man, look how cool Suzuha is. What a badass, right? I'm not gonna lie, I really like the lyric thing that the community patches did. That's really cool. I like it. I'm glad it did that. I'm glad they did that. It looks good. Hey, you got an ending. That's cool, right? There are 2 songs in this world. I think, like, there are probably more that I'm not thinking of right off the top of my head, but there are 2 songs that I can think of that I literally cannot hear and not be crying by the end of it. Like, if I don't tear up during, it's this song, obviously, duh, and Memories of You, which is the ending theme for Persona 3, those 2 songs, I literally cannot hear them. Like, hear the full, go through the whole thing without at least a single tear. There will be at least one tear, probably more. All right, well, that's that. Oh, I got a new wallpaper. Cool, that's cool, right? I wonder what it is. Well, I guess we'll find out on the next one, right? On the next exciting installment of Steins Gate 0. Got a clear list. Fuck that guy. Isn't that appropriate? Well, I'm not even gonna bother letting it fucking reconnect. I guess I probably should, right? Do a proper sign off. What the fuck's the point, though? What a great way to end this shit with a disconnect. Whatever. All right, well, I'm leaving anyways, so just had to get me with one more disconnect before I was done. Thank you. Whatever. Like, I don't want to say Twitch because I don't know if it's Twitch's fault. Whatever the fuck is causing that. Thanks. Appreciate it. Bye. Bye.